We're hitting what?
And we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Curbside Podcast presents Dice Hard with a Vengeance, your weekly D&D game here on Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube. And I didn't get to do this a couple weeks ago, but guys, we've officially hit 2 years. It's crazy. It's strange. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's been a blast, and I can't figure out a better way to spend my Tuesdays.
Do I get to celebrate that? You know,
Absolutely.
I've only been like part of. I mean, you've been here though. It's always like you've been part of the family. I'm just that rare cousin that comes over every once in a while.
He's the Druish cousin.
Okay,
Funny, he doesn't look Druish. I went there.
Love that. Love that.
Let my hair down.
We're off to a great start, and we're off, folks.
And we're off the rails already. Gross. Mark the day. Oh, look at that. He already did.
Is Druish enough for you?
Yikes.
Perfect.
Yep.
But we want to thank everyone who's been watching, who's been listening to us on Spotify. We appreciate your support for these crazy 2 years. It's odd, this small little, idea that me and Taruk cooked up over a messenger one day turned into a running campaign, and here we are. But thank you guys for playing. Thank everyone for watching. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap the little bell on your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. Buy the shirts at prowrestlingtees.com. And also, fun announcement, myself, Corrales, and Taruk will all be at the J1 Anime Expo in Atlantic City coming in November. I want to say it's November 4th through the 6th at the Showboat Hotel. Come by the booth. Come check us out. We'll be there all 3 days of the con. This is big for us. It's the first time that the three of us have been live for the show. So we can't wait to see you guys there. And maybe one day someone will show up in a costume. Maybe one day we won't. So you just have to be there all 3 days to see. Because, there's not a certain person here building a cosplay based off a famous D&D character. Not at all.
All right,
that doesn't sound important. Let's move on.
Stop fishing. Stop fishing. We got D&D to play.
All right. But as always, check out shout out to our sponsors, Raise Energy at repsports.com. Use the promo code CurbsideAid to checkout. And to our friends at jerky.pro. Use the promo code CurbsideAid at checkout. Get you a special little discount for both those amazing products. I'm actually ordering my own cans here in the next day or two because I'm running low on Raise Energy. So I need more cans so that you guys can watch me drink on stream. I had one more. Oh, almost forgot. Shout out to our good friend Andrian Von Ziegler, who provides the music for our streams. Couldn't do it without him. Man's super talented. We've had a couple little issues with a couple platforms claiming, copyright issues, but it's all his. It's 100% his music. We don't claim any of it. Super freaking talented. Check him out on Spotify, on YouTube. The guy's a genius, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, my friend. And with that, we'll start with the oath. Turn it over to the DM, and then we'll get this show on the road. I, Neremos Torn, do solemnly swear to not be a murder hobo. Draco!
Draco Archimedes will not be a murder hobo unless druid hunters are involved.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Corrales.
I, Corrales Abrazar, have a feeling I'm going to break this oath this week.
Lady V?
Yeah. I won't.
Truer words.
That's perfect.
I'm better than that.
Well
I'm
done.
better than that.
Notice she just said be a hobo. She didn't say a murder hobo. I promise I won't be a hobo.
Oh God, real life is coming in. Real life is seeping in.
God is my witness. I'll never go hungry again.
Taruk. There we go. Pumpkin spice.
That's nice.
So it begins.
Oh God, we at that time of the year. Oh God.
Yep.
They want bad word, and I'll come to you.
Bouting down the hatches. It's pumpkin spice season, everybody.
Lock down your doors.
It's all George's fault, too. That's the sad part.
You're a con.
How's it George's fault?
I support the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, there it is.
movement.
There it is.
Oh.
Look,
Yeah, like-
do you think I don't support the pumpkin spice latte? Yeah,
I mean-
it tastes like a candle, but it's an amazing candle.
And that was the last we heard of Corrales and Lady V.
It's weird. They both fell off the boat. But with that, Mr. DM, take it away.
All right, guys, welcome back. And when we last left off, the party did battle with a bronze bull, which had functioned as the guardian of the Isle of Bronze for your friend, the fire giant Calder, but over time fell out of repair and he lost control over it and asked for your assistance to deal with the problem. After intense combat, it was a little more intense for some than others. You guys did defeat the bronze bull, and let's say one of the original 5 heroes of Thrandia has agreed to go with you and help you guys on your journeys. And when we last left off, it was nightfall, and we had not gone to bed just yet on the island, but you guys were resting for the first time in a very long time, days. And I want to give all of you an opportunity that night to, talk to whoever you want to talk to, do whatever you want to do. You guys have not really had downtime in a long time here, so I wanted to at least give you the opportunity here before we moved forward. And I'm going to say that it is roughly, you're still on the Isle of Bronze. You guys made it back to your the rest of your group, the rest of Ramsey's crew, at least the ones that remain, and Belden and Nat. And everybody is reconvened on the shores of the Isle of Bronze, and it is nighttime. I'm going to say it's roughly around 7 o'clock at night right now. So, all of you now, with your first moments of rest in days, almost a week here of being on the Silver Seas, trying to make it to this destination wedding for Philomena Bordeaux.
Yeah,
What
that's
do
what we're doing.
What would you guys like to do? Or if
Well,
it
I-
helps,
I
I'll
will-
go around one at a time. Yeah, Draco, you got something?
Yeah, since excuse me, since this is the first time I've been on this island in this part of the world, can I just, pull out my telescope and see if there's any constellations that speak to me, I guess you could say?
Sure. Roll for astronomy. No,
So intelligence?
yeah, you know what I was going to say?
I think that would be nature.
Let's do this
Oh.
as a intelligence, but add your proficiency bonus to this.
Okay. 14 plus 4 is 18.
18. You do find a couple that you're not familiar with. One of the first ones that kind of stands out to you is you see it's almost in the shape of a ram from the best that you can, and you feel like one or two of the stars you feel like might not be lit as well as the others, but as you map it out, it takes on the countenance of a ram. You're fairly sure it's Aries, the constellation Aries. Another one that you mentioned is also you're looking at it, it looks almost like a horse, but there's more to it. And the longer that you stare at it, the more you swear that it could be a winged horse. It could be the constellation Pegasus. It's because it is a fairly clear night.
Okay. Between the two, I guess which resonates more?
I don't know if either one resonates with you. It's just the two that, as you start mapping out the night sky, those are the two constellations that really seem visible to you from right here.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Okay. So Draco spends moments kind of mapping out some of the stars in the sky, mapping out some of the constellations. Who else has anything? How about Torin? Yeah. You got something?
So, Torn is just going to very slowly and quietly, not trying to disturb Nat, stand up, set her head down. He is actually going to start building like little sand mounds, and he's going to just like all by himself practice his new bow, just trying to get a feel for it, trying to get used to it.
Okay, that didn't go where I was about to make you roll to make sandcastles. Okay,
no, just mounds.
Okay,
Don't worry.
That does not take a whole lot of dexterity to just mound up some sand. So easy enough to do.
He's had a very strange and long day, so he's letting his frustrations and thoughts just kind of dissipate as he focuses on what he is good at.
You do note that where she does, stay fairly close to you, Nat does seem a little restless, can't seem to get to sleep. So she kind of gets up, kind of paces around, kind of goes and talks to a couple of the people in the party like Belden and Ramsey, and tries to, from what you can tell, just nervous energy, can't sleep. So she kind of bounces around a little bit, just trying to do something.
Right.
But yeah, easy enough to do, man.
Yeah, no words, no trying to make attention of it, no magic from the bow. He's just lets an arrow loose, goes and gets it, lets it loose, goes and gets it.
Just for the heck of it, roll me. We're just gonna do this as like a representation for a couple attempts. Roll me an attack with the bow.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You kind of see a palm tree that's not too far away that you kind of have chosen to be your target, and you kind of practice with it for a few hours, and you're starting to actually hit and work on your accuracy a little more than you've up to this point have really relied on melee attacking, and this is kind of like one of the first times that you're really trying to devote time to this. So yeah, and a couple hours of practicing of some archery doesn't hurt you at all.
And that's all Torrin's got for the night.
Sure, easy enough. Let's go Corrallos. You got anything, man?
Yeah, I was headed over to Ramsey on the ship when we left off last week.
Okay. Ramsey is on the ship. He is one of the very few people on the longboat. And just to remind everybody that for accomplishing your task for Calder, you were gifted with a bronze Greek longboat. And not nearly as big as the vessel that the Siren's Flame that Ramsey used to command. But you see a great deal of relief for him, almost with a... what do you call that? Almost a little bit of something for him to attach to. and he finds a great deal of comfort there being a boat. So he's definitely pretty much the only person on it at this particular time, but you just from what you gather, he is much more comfortable on the boat than on the island.
This poor guy.
He is at the moment just kind of leaning at the watch deck. It's kind of like a raised platform in the back where the captain would be that can observe the crew when they would be rowing. But he, as once I say again, he's the only one on the ship right now. So
I'll go up and stand next to him just for a minute or two.
sure, easy enough to do. He doesn't say anything immediately. Stays silent for a few moments. He kind of glances at you a few times, but he's not cold, not angry or cold towards you, but just distant.
You ready to talk?
About what?
What's got you so down?
He kind of looks at you. Roll a persuasion.
$10.
Kind of looks at you. Not particularly. You have something on your mind?
I know what was on yours the other day when you were staring at the fire.
I'm aware.
Well, then you must also be aware that we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for you. We left our dead bodies on your ship when we went to hell, for lack of better words. We wouldn't have even made it to Sandbar if it wasn't for you, Ramsey.
He stays silent for a few moments. Not a fan of making my problems everyone else's, though. And it seems like you lot have your own demons to face. Your own problems to bear.
That is truer for me than most everyone else, Ramsey.
My crew know what they got into. Most of them are aware of my marital predicament. I don't keep friends, Corellos, because they usually get caught in the wake.
But we've been friends, I'd say, Ramsey, for how long now? Since the All Right Inn way back in Brine?
Well, you were more of an acquaintance then, but okay.
Then yes, but now?
All right. Still.
I mean, I too have patron troubles, if it makes you feel any better.
Kind of looks at you. Roll another persuasion.
Not with that dice. 15.
Kind of looks you up and down. My patron troubles started very early in life. I take it It's the same for you?
Not as early, but close.
Did you have a choice in the matter?
Yes and no. That I suppose I didn't need to make the pact, but it helped at the time. I'll show him my leg. I've got the chain tattoo on.
Yeah. It is still there. Taking a look at it, you notice that it seems like that the ink is kind of faded a little, but the tattoo itself remains. And you swear, from certain glances, you swear that you see movement in the chain in the tattoo from time to time. He kind of just stares at it for a moment. All right, that's a little disturbing.
It's the mark he left when the deal was made.
Y'all still connected somehow.
Temporarily, if all goes well.
If you find there's a long pause. You find an out, you let me know.
If I can help, I will.
He doesn't say anything further. He just stays staring out at the horizon.
I'll just say we're here if you need us, Ramsey, and then I'll just stare out with him towards the other island.
Okay. V, Taruk, either of you have anything?
V's planning on spending the whole night down in that farther away side of the beach that she's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's the same time again, if it's pretty much where we left off, she's kind of going in and out of the water, trying to clear her head, and then eventually she'll just kind of pile up her stuff near a little copse of trees or whatever, and just kind of sit there on the beach after swimming, and just sit there pretty much all night. I mean, she's kind of obviously she's wearing a full-on dress, but it's obviously the undermost layer of her gown or whatever, and she's just kind of sitting there on the beach, and that's pretty much what she's gonna do for the rest of the night.
Okay. That's easy enough. Taruk?
Yeah, no, Taruk, he's just gonna find a spot on the beach, and he's just gonna kind of lay back in the sand, and he's just trying to figure out how to get Calypso off of the island. Just different scenarios, and just talking to himself, whether it's in his head out loud.
Yeah.
He's just super distracted. Yeah, he just all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy enough. Torin.
Yes.
I'm gonna say you give me a perception check.
Alrighty. 4.
34.
Your little mound of sand kind of loses its integrity for a minute, and the bow drops down. You can go kind of prop it back up. Don't notice anything.
That's so torn. Oh my god.
So torn. So very torn.
V, give me a perception check.
Oh my. Sight-based? Actually, never mind. I've been swimming, so I don't have
No.
to make fun. 15, 18.
18. You hear footsteps and kind of coming from the area of the beach where the rest of the party is at.
Yeah, I'm not like stealthing, but I'm definitely sort of in like under a tree or two. Not hiding by any means, but there's also probably like a wet trail of like walked in sand that leads up to where I'm sitting. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look up at whoever's coming.
You see, I'm gonna say, I would say leisurely, but talking to himself, you see Hector heading your direction, but talking to himself.
Is it like the same time, or is time
I will
passed?
say, yeah, we'll say after the talk with Corrales and everybody. So I say it's maybe close to like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock at night. Stars are out. It's clear sky. You got a nice breeze coming off of the surf.
Yeah, I mean, V's probably definitely dried off by now, but she absolutely kind of doesn't look a mess, but she doesn't look like her, but she's not gonna like try to hide. She just sort of makes no effort to hide and just waits for him to notice her. She's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, he definitely at this point kind of goes, "Oh, hey," like mid-sentence talking to himself.
Is everybody still up?
Yeah, I think so. I think Corrales was talking to Ramsey on the boat for a little bit, and Draco's looking at stars. Torin's contemplating a bow. I don't know.
Was hoping everybody would take the opportunity to get some rest. It's not like we didn't have a long day or anything.
Yeah, that was a lot, huh?
Sort of par for the course for us, don't you think?
At this point, yeah. Hey, but the good news is, we're leaving the island soon.
Yeah, so we move on to the next island.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going to this wedding. Anyway, about that, I was curious.
Do you want to take a walk?
Sure.
All right. She just kind of gets up and starts pacing the beach, kind of wringing her hands.
He kind of follows right with you.
Sorry, I think I'll think better if I'm moving.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, the wedding.
Oh, right. What about it?
Do you... It isn't...
She pretends not to. She pretends like she's kind of looking up at the trees, thinking like, give him his space, maybe he'll talk better.
Yeah, he's absolutely, because I rolled so low on this little charisma check, he's absolutely fumbling over everything.
Being kind of like, she looks at the back of the trees and just tries not to laugh at him, kind of like...
Dude, do you want to go with me? I mean, I know we're all going together, I'm just...
Oh, she stopped.
Like,
Well, you are bold, because not many people would invite someone to a wedding they themselves weren't actually invited to. Sort of poor form, don't you think?
it has just come to my attention that I was not invited.
I mean, lucky for you, I was, so technically you'd be my date now, wouldn't you?
That works.
She kind of stops. And that kind of, not fake, but the attitude that she had, that she was about to have, kind of stops, and she turns to look at him.
He's looking at her.
Look, I'm not going to... Hector.
He takes a few steps forward.
I don't know what it is you think is here. You did it, all right? You saw past. You saw everything. You've done it. You've seen through me, and there's nothing else here. I don't know what you think is here or what you're looking for, but I'm not going to drag you along until you realize it's not there. And I mean, it's lovely, but you know, when you figure that out, you'll go where what please you, and that's fine. I'm not going to drag you along until you realize that this is it. There's nothing.
I think there's more there than even you see. Listen, I'm not the smoothest person in the world, but I have gotten to know you over the past few months. Like the real you, not the one that you show everybody. I like her. That's why I call you Daenerys. I don't like calling you V. V's not real. Daenerys is.
She kind of sinks down and
just the sound of the waves nearby.
Why did you, when you asked me if I minded you being here, why did you ask me that?
Because that matters. I don't know if anybody has... You said that I see through you. Well, I don't know if anybody here has seen through me yet, but my whole life before this, no one cared. They just... Whatever I could be for them, you know? Whatever I could do, whatever purpose I could serve for their agenda. That's the only reason anybody cared about me, wanted my help, because my father was indiscreet. And he just so happened to have a piece of gold sitting on his head. All of you were the first people ever in my long existence to just want me around, and specifically you. And that means a lot to me.
She kind of reaches up and grabs his like arm and kind of like gently kind of like pulls him down.
Yeah, he kind of, you know, slowly kind of, okay, this is happening. Sits down beside you.
Sorry, I'm a little wobbly and the adrenaline isn't hitting like it used to, so I find myself in a weird state.
He's just looking at you now. Okay.
Yeah, no, she just kind of like, she doesn't hear, she sees something in his face and she kind of feels something and then she just kisses him.
Okay.
And then she kind of pulls away and just goes, oh,
Yeah.
that was,
There
was
was
a lot.
It was one-sided, and
On right now, and that probably wasn't a good idea,
he
right?
gently takes your hand. And pulls you in close and kisses you.
She kisses him back, pulls away for a second, and just like as she's kissing him, she pulls away and just goes like, you didn't go blind, did you?
Oh, are you wearing your lipstick?
I'm checking, because she doesn't remember. She's
Oh
like,
my gosh. You would,
You haven't
wouldn't
gone
you?
blind, have you?
I mean,
Oh,
she
she
did.
was in the ocean.
She did go swimming. She did go
Yeah, she
swimming.
was
You
swimming.
did go swimming.
She's just
Okay.
like looking at her face. You haven't gone blind, have you?
And all
What a
the
segue.
delicious new flavors of Ray's Energy.
It's the most on-brand.
What a segue.
Right? Catching me off guard now. Actually,
Sorry.
now that I'm thinking about it, they actually do have a new flavor. I'm just trying to remember the name of it because it's
Okay.
a special golden flavor.
What's the
Is it malice?
No.
what's the save on that, by the way, while I roll this?
Oh,
That
Gosh,
doesn't
it's
count.
low. It's like 13.
Okay.
It's very low.
Con save,
But that's
right?
if it even hits, because I mean it's a wash, so I mean like it's probably barely there.
Oh.
Yeah.
that-
She just kind of pulls away. She's like doing this and like rubbing her hands on her dress and it's kind of like, you didn't go blind, did you?
No.
Perfect, then you're fine. And she starts kissing him again.
For that team.
Okay.
Those waves sure are
God.
pretty.
Well.
Sands everywhere.
Oh god.
Oh no.
This is D&D. This is D&D. That's not a problem. In
No.
This
No.
is
No.
fantasy land.
Yeah. Anyway. Why don't we go to the next morning?
Oh, thank God.
Sunrise. As each of you from your respective places on the island, or possibly the ship, wherever you are,